Hi all and welcome to this live stream. I'm Waldemar from Better Your Chess. Time for another Banter Blitz session. Okay, let's play a game. I want to play 5-3. Yeah, 5-3. Widest possible rating range. Here we go. Okay. Well, Mad Smil 3, welcome. Thanks for accepting the challenge. Okay, let's play this London system. King's Indian stuff, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it flexible. Now it's denying me the e5 square. So then I'm making an escape square on h2. Okay, a5. That move I don't fully understand. I think you're supposed to go rook e8 maybe, or queen e8 to prepare e5. Maybe now I can take the center. Okay. What happens if I take? Well, it's protected 3 times. No, I'm just going to control the center now. That's nice. I like that. Okay. Queen c2, connect the rooks. f5 even. Things are getting complicated again, aren't they? Yes, they are. Well, I'm just not so sure about all of this, to be honest. Rook c1 was not good, huh? Rook c1. Okay. Rook c1 was lost. Was a lost tempo, I'm afraid. But now, you know, I'm just trying to break up the whole diagonal and see if my bishop from h2 can start to do something. I think the idea is that I take here, right? And now, yeah. Maybe one idea is to play this now. Oh, no, not the knight. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I misplayed it, it's a pity. I can try and take. If I play the rook to the d file, I'll only push the queen to a better square, I'm afraid. Queen e4. Yeah, okay. I mishandled it. It's a pity. Queen e4. Let's try queen e4. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Now he also wants bishop h3, of course. That's problematic. Okay, let's sidestep. Now rooks are doing nothing. He has two tremendous bishops and he's up a pawn. Okay, what went wrong there? I think I'll have to analyze. But for now, let's see if we can make something happen. Maybe a check on c4 and then knight e4. Of course the knight should have gone to e4. I mean, and the queen to c4. So probably first. Yeah, it's maybe not even so bad if I start with rook c1 was just really weird. Huh. Okay. Well, maybe this is interesting then. Yeah, there's some stuff on the G file. But the bishop on e5 is hanging. Yeah, but it was a mate threat on g2, so okay. Now it would seem he has a double problem. It's the bishop on e5 and the g file. Okay, now I need to concentrate because clearly I don't understand what's going on. I need to verbalize better. This is the big problem always with Blitz. You just start to play on impulse and you don't really know or see or realize what's going on. There's normally quite a big cognitive load when you play chess. This is a tricky move actually, yeah. So my threat is to either win the bishop or open up the g file to win the queen, which is even better, huh? So yeah, if he moves king or queen, then that doesn't really help. I'm afraid. So in the end it turns out that my king is the safer one of the two, huh? What can he try then? Is there... What can he try then? Some bishop move? No, I really don't see it. I think my opponent is also trying to make it work as hard as he can. So he takes, that's quite a smart move, isn't it? He takes my bishop. That's the best solution. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. But I think I'll just go for it. Okay, and now, yeah. Well, I must say he's played that brilliantly. Maybe I should have just taken and not resolved the problems for him immediately, huh? Maybe we should just kick the bishop. Yeah, I think we should just kick the bishop, and then he'll go f5 probably. I think that was just another slip. What would have happened if I would have taken the bishop on h2? Then at least I would have had a tempo in opening up the g file. This is also not bad. He says he's up by 2 points, so he counts the queen for 9, but I'm pretty sure that well, I prefer the queen to be more like 10 points. Okay, check. That's always nasty, I suppose. And then we'll take here, and then we'll be threatening some more checks. Most notably, of course, the one that doesn't work, does it? How can I attack the rook now? Let's just start with this check first, yeah? Yeah. Fortunately for him, I don't think I made it, so let's just take the bishop. And then I want to go here, hit him, and then I think knight e4 is pretty nasty. It should be winning now if I play this carefully. Let's try this check, huh? He can't really go to the dark square. Check. Yeah, that's it. Picks up the rook and wins the game, but... Okay, what happened there? What happened there? Request a computer analysis. I think... Could I have played differently after e5? I played knight c3, which is fine, and then he plays this move. I played queen c2, which is fine. Then he plays f5, and then I played rook c1. Yeah. So in my mind, there are too many idées fixes about how you're supposed to play these positions. I mean, c4, c5 is not really on the cards yet, so it would have made more sense to play rook a d1, even though he doesn't say it's a horrible move, but I think rook e1 or rook a d1. Rook a d1 just feels more logical. Now he also says this move, maybe because now the idea is to prepare c5 actually. No. Okay, I don't really get that. So then there was rook ac1, then he played this move, and then I decided to open it up. Rook cd1, he says, after all. Okay, so I'm making it sharper, yeah? Takes, takes. He still feels that I'm a little bit better. So this was correct, this was correct. This was sort of correct. Yeah. And then I think I made a mistake. Yeah, queen e4 is, yeah, I think the knight should go there. Yeah, I made this move now, so now I'm losing all my advantage. He plays queen g5, which is very strong. And king h1 is also there. And now this is maybe a mistake. I could start with taking, and then I'm also threatening. Yeah, so, but I play this move. So he finds bishop h2. That's very, very well played. Yeah, kudos to my... And now I made a horrible mistake. How is it possible? I should take, and I apparently made a horribly losing move. Yeah. Guys, there is this. Oh, we both missed that. Yeah. I should realize that here he takes a bishop, so that in the ensuing variation he can also sacrifice back material, in this case the other bishop. So this would have maintained an advantage. Okay, let's go with king h8, sidestepping from the g file. Yeah, that makes the most sense. And then I would do this, and material would be equal, but you know, just a position where maybe white is apparently a little bit better because of this, and sometimes e4 kicking. Yeah, now yeah, okay, we can imagine that maybe this block of pawns could be a little bit more menacing than this block of pawns. Yeah. Okay, so we exchanged blunders here because he missed bishop g4, which is of course a very difficult move to visualize. And now, yeah, it's quite logical that I'm winning. I could have started with other moves. I thought maybe it would be safe for me to get off the g file, but there is no direct threat of rook g8 check, right? I mean, it does keep some advantage. But this is the wrong move. Yeah, he should play the counter attack with rook a8. Yeah, of course, then he's much safer because now the bishop is loose, and now I can start checking him and pick up stuff. So takes on c5 is fine, and this was a problematic move. Check, winning the bishop, and then here, knight e4. Yeah. Okay, well, interesting game, I suppose. Look at that exchange of blunders here, the big dip in the graph. Okay, let's play another game. Here we go. Not feeling completely warmed up yet, but who knows, huh? Today, the 8th round, guys. That is the penultimate round, I think, of the Norway Chess Tournament. So Alireza Firouzja is leading by 1 point. Magnus Carlsen is trailing. Let me try something else this time. I don't always want to play this London system. Let's see if we can experiment a little bit with a kolle, and then preferably a kolle Zukertort. Because I don't really like the kolle. No, I should say let's experiment with the kolle Tarnowski. I don't really like the kolle Zukertort, where you put the bishop on b2, because then the bishop is a little bit silly normally. Okay, we have to be careful that we don't make any pre-moves that we don't want to make. What's the correct English there? Inadvertent pre-moves, something like that, yeah. Okay, so far a normal position, I think. Let's see if he follows mainline with bishop d6, castles, and then, yeah. And then I think you're supposed to take on c5 and go e4. And then black can make a mistake. Yeah. This is also well known. Should you go queen e2 here? I suppose that is also possible. I can take on c5, the bishop takes, and then e4 takes. I don't really know what he's up to. Well, I do. He wants to play e5. He's preparing e5. Yeah, okay, so let's frustrate that. And let's go here. And let's see how he reacts. I'm not sure if you're supposed to interpose queen e2 there. Then e5, probably white is fine, because opening up the e file like that with the king on e8 is probably just not good for black. But we will take a look at that. So the question is, move 8. Should I play queen e2? Or is this immediate try fine? Well, there's no bishop f4. Maybe there's bishop g5. He takes on e4. I take on e7. Something tells me I want to go queen e2. Something. Not sure what. Let's go. Queen e2. So what am I expecting? Maybe b6? To finish castling? Yeah, is it safe for me now to play... Yeah, I can also try tricky stuff with knight g5, and if he plays... yeah, but I'm not ready for that. So bishop g5, he takes on e4. I would probably recapture there. Maybe with the, I don't know, I can just take a look. What will he do here? Bishop, I can also take that with the bishop, but it feels more active to play like this somehow, yeah? Bishop b7 is probably just fine. That bishop is also protected, yeah? But I'll just go queen h4. That's the idea, you know, it's the nice thing of switching with the queen. That's why I put her on e2, that's why I recapture on e4, so that I can swing it towards the king side. So bishop b7. Yeah, I don't think there's any, let's say, dangerous... Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Well, that's also interesting. I did not really expect that. Yeah, now I'm very tempted to play knight f7. Or even queen h4. Knight f7, queen takes c6 should be winning. But of course he takes with the king, and then I have a check on g6, and then he goes, let's say, king f8, and then what do I have? I don't really know. I don't really know what I have. So is it really that impressive? Is there not another trick somehow? Something involved with the knight? Let's take another look. Knight takes pawn, king takes. Nah, I really don't believe it. So I want to keep the knight there for the moment. No, maybe I don't. I think I'll just go back. Yeah. And then if castles is not possible, but if bishop b7, then maybe queen g4 hitting g7. Or rook d1 first. Rook d1 first, because I don't really see a very dangerous attack for him at the moment. Well, I think I like this, because if he castles, then I might just go back to e4, and then he is sort of forced to play g6, which is not ideal. Not ideal. And then I can go back again to g6, to g4, maybe threaten a sacrifice later on g6, or go h4, h5, but maybe I'm talking too much, huh? Kuhn is his name, 1665. Well, that's only one number away from 1664. 1664. What is that? Is that like a perfume or something? Or is it a beer? 1664. Okay, well, he's approaching me on the clock. So we should not forget that maybe we should start playing a little bit faster as well. Oh, well, that's interesting. So I'm not going to take then I think I should just play on the D file. This is interesting. Might also be a little bit risky, of course. Yeah, so what's he doing now? He's hitting my queen, so I'll take. There's a check on c4, yeah, sometimes. Wow, seriously, what's the best move here? That long diagonal is very strong. That long diagonal is very strong. I think bishop e2, f5 is problematic, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. For the moment, there's not even a threat with this move. So this must be a mistake. I just made a mistake. Again, I'm in danger of losing here. Okay, we go here. This was sort of anticipated. But I can take this. No. Oh, what am I doing now? I'm letting go of my rook on d1. Oh, what a horrible blunder again. Oh, I'm getting up late again, and I'm down on the clock. Where is the 450 points ELO rating difference? I don't see it in this game, do you? Crikey the bikey. Well, if he takes on d1, there's absolutely nothing I can do. There's the threat of bishop a6, so maybe b4, b5 to stop that. Well, I pre-moved the capture on d1. That's just looking tremendous. Maybe he can just play bishop e4, d3. Yeah, what can I do, guys, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe this. But that's not a check. Okay, well, this is just horrible now. We're just gonna have to play some silly moves now. Take on e6 maybe, if given the opportunity. Okay. Maybe. Okay, that's almost checkmate. Oh my gosh. I didn't see that. Almost checkmate. I'm forced to go here. Let's go out in the open. Maybe I'm still sort of safe on dark squares. I'm up on the clock, yeah, so that's super interesting. So let's go here. Okay, all is not lost yet. All is not lost yet. They'll probably give me a check, I feel. Okay, let's just go here. Frustrate him a little. Now I want to take on b6, of course. Then I've got my checks of my own. Wow, I'm winning this one on the clock, but of course I was just probably completely lost. How could I get outplayed so quickly in a line that I like and I think is actually good for white? So here, what is theory? D takes c5 is clearly the most played move, and in masters, queen e2 is also there. Queen e2 is also there. Again, back to lichess. Clearly the most played. Yeah. Okay. This and e4. Yeah. Queen e2. Yeah. Okay. Well, of course. What's wrong with it? I'm supposed to take on f6. That's something I don't really understand. Yeah, sometimes I don't understand these exchanges where you pull the opponent's pieces forward. So the move I played from 0.6 to 0.5 is also not bad. So he takes here. I took with the queen, that's correct. And then he took here, took with the knight, and then he played here. And then I was looking, of course, at knight f7, which was not correct. He says that knight f3 is too tame. This would have maintained the best advantage. Ah, I did not see that. Now this is strong. Is it? Okay, check. Well, there's d-file problems, so now he definitely has to go here. Rook ae1. Again, it's difficult for me to judge this correctly, because there still does not seem to be a threat. What's the threat? Let's ask the computer. X. Oh, some sort of rover, rook e3, f3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's difficult. To me, bishop b5 did not make sense, so I withdrew, but position is equal. Then he plays this, obviously. Queen g4 equal. Now this was a very interesting move, castles. The best move, or yeah, best move as suggested by the computer. Well, several moves possible. Okay. Rook f d1 I played. Well, okay. He doesn't mind too much. e5? He says no, probably not. a4 is there, didn't really make sense. I wanted to play bishop e2, but then I thought f5 or h5. What did I miss here? Oh, the check still the check. Yeah, so I could have played bishop e2. Yeah. Anyway, I went with this move. Bishop f1 was more prudent. I went with this, then he went here. And now I just simply missed the discovery, bishop h6. I still had 26 seconds. So I'm going into my shell here. This is a very passive defense. Of course, I should have played the counter attack. I didn't see somehow that now I was hitting the queen. Yeah, I can believe that white is better here, for sure. I get to exchange that bishop and just g7 weak, f7 weak. His king definitely more weak than my king. Okay, so bishop f1, still some advantage. h5. Yeah, but who takes on g7 here? Not a living soul takes on g7. Yes, of course, because his queen is still hanging. I'm still missing the idea that I'm counterattacking his queen. Okay, I'm not at the ball, guys. I'm not at the ball. Okay, so now I play this passive move. There goes my advantage once again. And now he snaps at it. B4 was a bit of a panic move. Again, I could have taken on G7, but several moves ago I decided probably never a good idea, so then you block out this move. But of course you need to be flexible in mind and realize that the situation is now completely different. So here I'm still not going completely astray. This was a strong move, so now I counterattack. Yeah, this makes sense. I thought I had to make some luft for myself, yeah. I didn't have to go king h2 immediately, but no, yeah. Okay, takes queen a7. Why did I open up the diagonal? That was just an incredibly lazy move. Why did I open it up? Oh, I had to go g4 again. Check, check. Yeah, so he misses one opportunity here because, okay, there's the discovery. He can force me. He can force me, guys. Because if I go king here, he takes with the pawn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Horrible stuff. Horrible stuff. And now I get to walk. Still, there's the discovery. Now I'm walking around. And here he, well, okay. Yeah, the time trouble phase makes fools of us all, of course. But that was, again, not a very well played game. Won it again, quite undeservedly. So let's see if now we can play a proper game of chess, please. Proper game of chess, you know, like a 0-0-0 or a 1-0-0. And I'm referring to the number of inaccuracies, mistakes, and blunders. Sometimes I just play these and I don't know what happens and then just play a very good game. But this last one, not on the ball, not on the ball. Okay, so let's see who will accept my challenge. So far we've been streaming only 37. Again, I'm white. 37 minutes. Russia chess. Again, I want to try this color. Let's see if we can make it work. Or maybe he's an Indian player. Yeah, so let's be modest about it. Let's see what he will do. Maybe b6, huh? Oh, no, he does go here, okay? So there is a chance that we get similar structures. Well, the structure is already similar. Wow, it's even the same line, more or less, but he puts the bishop on e7 now. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Maybe something similar. I don't mind to play an endgame. If he pulls my rook to d1, and I get to kick the bishop with b2, b4, and my bishop is exerting pressure along the long diagonal. I'm talking, of course, about the wholesale exchange on e4 and then on d1 and so on, when I say something about the endgame. Yeah, interesting. Should we go e5? '97, of course. I'm wondering if the Greek gift sacrifice is possible. Not really. It's a bit of a pity, huh? It's a bit of a pity. Okay, queen e2. Yeah, I'll have to go with this, I'm afraid. But now I want to play b4 and maybe b5 to kick his knight away from c6, which is exerting pressure in the center, and then maybe I can just play knight b3 to... Oh. So he attacks me, he attacks me, he attacks me. Yeah. No, yeah. Did I already mishandle the position? Was e2, excuse me, was e4, e5 not right? There's a lot to be figured out. Now he's gifting me this pawn. Now he's gifting me this pawn. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's also gifting me another pawn, but I'm looking if there's a stronger move. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Okay, let me just take it. Because let's not forget, I'm not so well developed. Okay, I need to get out. I need to threaten mate now. Okay, now I see that I have removed the d5 pawn, that the e4 square has become available. Yeah, I don't... What's he doing? Yeah, I will checkmate. Okay, so that's why he resigns. He wants a rematch, but actually I want to analyze quickly what went on there. So I think this is a good strategy. Takes, and e4 I like, sort of, and b6 he plays. I didn't like e5 so much. What is theory here? Masters play queen e2 to maintain the tension, yeah? To maintain the tension. Okay. I played this move, which is bad. This is just bad. Yeah, okay. I was afraid that it would be a little bit bad. It scores quite decently, but definitely... Well, h3 or queen e2 probably. Queen e2 somehow feels like the better move. Knight g4. Yeah, because that also hits f2, and I would have trouble defending both e5 and e2. Actually, I know this because b6 is part of a well-known theoretical line, I think. Anyway, he went there. Now there is an opportunity for me, since he has no counter against f2, an opportunity for me to overprotect and really start making use of my space advantage. Yeah. There was b4 here, rook e1, okay, f6. There was again a b4, but yeah, he should take with the rook. So I should have played this move, he says. Then this guy goes back, and only now you take. Or you take with the... Come on, guys, don't give that pawn up. This looks like a perfectly normal move. Not so clear. Yeah. He says b4 was way stronger. Why is this move not there? Why does he not like me taking two pawns? because of the development issue, huh? Knight D. So what's the big problem here then? What if I just take that with a knight? He takes that with his knight. And the big development problem here, I think the big threat is probably bishop b7, and there's just too much development, and the bishop on d3 is hanging. So the big threat is bishop b7 just winning. Wow. So even here, blundering the pawn like that is just, wow, that's just outrageous. Okay, now he blunders the mate. So far my experiences are not ideal with this call at Zukertort. I need to be a little bit more careful. The difference with the London system is, of course, the bishop is outside the pawn chain and your development is a little bit better. Maybe we should return to the London. Yeah, maybe we should. But I think it's also time for me to play a game with black. I think I only played white games. Wow. So I've issued another challenge. Let's see who takes up this challenge. Yeah, okay, now we play with black. Russia chess. We played him earlier today, I think. Name looks familiar. Okay. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. I think white is better in these lines. Not much to say. White is just better in these lines. I don't think he's threatening e5 yet, because after knight g4 I'm threatening to take the pawn 3 times. And he would only be protecting it once. d6 is just a normal move next, yeah. Okay, the bishop feels a little bit strange over there. Let's not think too long about it. But how can I make use of that? The bishop feels a little bit strange over there. It's loose. Sometimes there is e5. Yeah, sometimes there's e5. Maybe I am actually threatening something along the lines of bishop g4 and knight d4. Sometimes there's also knight h5, opening up the long diagonal and hitting that bishop on f4. Knight h5. So he makes room for the bishop and he prevents bishop g4. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. No, I don't know that it makes sense to move my queen. But what I could try and do, since I have some space disadvantage, is maybe put something on e5 and try for some exchanges. Actually, I like that. The other idea was to play bishop e6 or d7 rather. Yeah. Yeah, I think I still like this. I mean, if I put a knight on e5, I'm hitting 3 white pieces. So that's more than decent. Maybe I also give him something to think about where bishop takes c3 is concerned. It's a weakness that maybe you don't really want to live with. Having said that, are we going for that? This bishop is on h2, not really on the long diagonal, so we might just try. But then again, it's also a matter of principle. I don't give up my dark square bishop so easily. I don't give up my dark square bishop so easily. Yeah. Oh! Wow, really? I mean, I must be very good now. He's opened up his F file. I think I'm just going to take that b2 pawn. Am I? Or am I not? Yeah, come on. Be a man. Just do it. The bishop on h2 is not impressive. I still have the bishop pair, even though I might lose it after knight d5s. But if I take on b2 and he goes knight d5, then I'll just take the two rooks, I think. I'll need to be very careful there, but my rooks will function. Whoa. I mean, many good options here. Many good options. I can take that with check. And then take on c3 and play an endgame. It's opposite colored bishops, but it looks very good. I can also take that with the pawn. And then knight d5, yeah? Queen b2, knight d5 as well. Yeah, but then again, I would take those two rooks. Oh, but he would take on d6 and have a very strong passed pawn. So this is a little bit problematic. Maybe the endgame was actually the safest choice there, right? But there's also this idea. Yeah, let's try this. I like this. Check. He takes me. I'll recapture. And then I'll take on c5 with the... What? Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? Takes. No, you can't play like that, can you? No, that was a bad mistake, I think. To go queen e3. Okay, so again I win. Request a computer analysis. So bishop f4 was the first move, unknown to me, also unknown to the masters. So d6 was a normal move. White is enjoying a slight plus here. 97, he agrees. Okay, bishop goes back. That was not necessarily immediately. So here's the interesting bishop c3 move. Yeah, but okay, as a matter of principle, I didn't decide upon that. So let's play this. He takes, he takes. He says I could have taken with the pawn. I understand. And then you have this strong square. And this square is not so strong because I can always chase. Interesting. Yeah, okay, I can understand, I can learn something here. This was fully automatic recapture on e5, but I could have put a pawn in the center. But of course, we don't like to give ourselves double pawns, right? f4 I did not like, definitely not. So I then take the two bishops. I give the check. That looks like a crucial try. c5. Yeah, so what I was looking at here was also this check, which is probably slightly less convincing, and then this, which does weaken my king side. Yeah. And I said during the analysis an endgame, but of course he doesn't need to recapture on c3 with the queen. So I might still be better here, but I do have some dark squared problems. No, okay, I'm glad that I didn't go for this. So I went for this, it's definitely the most testing move, and now this one. Yeah, I'm happy I found this one, absolutely. So my analysis would also what they said here is this line, this line, this line, and I wanted to take... Actually, I thought about taking on c5. But in this case, it's a clean exchange. So it's not that my queen is in front, but now it's just bishop takes rook. So this this. Yeah, he's constantly refusing to play knight e7 because probably the knight is not really better there. But here I'm just up an exchange and also 2 pawns, so that would have been winning. Still, I thought he should have played something like that, not necessarily this. Takes, because now the knight is pulled back, so the knight can do no harm at the moment in black's camp, and now it's just a clean exchange on a1, winning the game. Yeah. Nou ja. Create a game. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, that's a very strong player. 20 to 34. Well, I've been known to beat those as well. But where is he? Maybe he's just waiting, you know, psychologically. Game aborted? Game aborted? Why? No, okay, I'm looking for a new opponent. Pity. Don't know what goes through the minds of chess players. Eager. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so let's try and play. Which one? Which kind do I want to try and play? The Slav one? Or let's try this one. Let's try this one. There are many decent lines for black against the London system. Even though it would seem that... Okay. Aren't you supposed to develop the Queen's Knight first? Let me go with this one now, trying to punish him theoretically. Because this is rather a well-known situation where it is probably better for black at this position. Yeah. If he goes back to c2, that's the big trick. Then we go bishop f5. If he takes that bishop, then it's not made on c8 anymore, because my rook is protecting c8, because the knight is already out on c6. And after queen takes f5, I would take on b2, win a pawn, and the rook in the corner. And if he had developed the other knight, then with the queen's knight on d2, yes, where it is right now, the queen would have been able to drop back to b1. But of course, it's not possible as long as the knight's still there. The normal try, I think, is to go b5 and then hopefully b4. Yeah. So the big difference here with regards to the London system is that this bishop is not on its London post, you know, when we're talking colors reversed, of course. So you're supposed to take, and then the question is... but now he also has rook b1 because my bishop is not on f5. But yeah, like I said, the question is... well, I don't think I can really do without e6 anyway. But there is a weakness on c3. Yeah, that's what this line is all about. There's a weakness on c3, and I can try and poke at it with such moves or such moves. I don't think I need... I don't think I need to react there, because that knight is quite well developed. I'm just gonna put my bishop out here and threaten bishop b2. I'm free moving b takes c6. Yeah, okay, well now at least there is no knight b1, which also always would have been answered with bishop b2. But what is he threatening here? Let's say if I just castle, right? I'm not really afraid of any rook entering here, so let's just castle. Yeah, I'm quite well coordinated now, and if the rook goes to b6, I might just take on e5 and go knight d7. Well, so now he's playing this. Yeah, so again, not too afraid here. Because if he takes, there is always this bishop b2, right? But the problem is I cannot go to b8 with one of my rooks because he has the London bishop, yeah? Because he's playing the London system. I still feel that the position is somehow balanced. Yeah, I was hoping for this because I'm absolutely safe, but now I get to remove this very important base pawn on c3, which will turn my pawn on c4 into a pass pawn, and then maybe the b file is not so important anymore. I'm hitting the knight now, by the way. What's he going to do about that, huh? Well, I can't play any forward bishop move yet. So, what's he threatening? Is knight e5 nasty? Should I play rook c8 one of these days? One of these days, maybe, yes. But it feels like knight e4 is a strong move somehow. Yeah, I think that guy needs to be involved as well. Because now the idea might be to conquer the d2 square. Knight d2, if we exchange, I get to put my bishop on d2, and then c3 is very, very natural. Probably preceded by rook fc8, just to put it behind the pass pawn. Yeah, that looks like a plan. And then the problem with c4, c3 is that my bishop on a6 might be hanging. But the advantage is that I'm also discovering the attack against the bishop on a6. And then c2 wins a tempo against the rook on b1. Okay, well, that's a lot of talk, isn't it? A lot of talk. Maybe bishop d6, but then he's inviting rook c8. Let's say we exchange on c8. And then bishop b4, but there's rook b8. Okay, I don't really see how this helps. So I'm just gonna try this idea. I really don't see how this helps. I'm gonna be... Maybe there's c3 actually. No, let's not go there. Come on, let's play this, yeah. Both sides are suffering from back rank weaknesses. I prefer my position somehow, but if he puts the bishop on c5, well, yeah. But wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I have the feeling that I might be winning here. No, I don't think I am. c3 takes on c8 with check, so I have to take that. And then there is, for instance, no, gonna have to try this. Yeah, now I'm winning, of course. I'm just... Why didn't you go with the top line? Now I'm winning. Yeah, I'm just winning. So rook b8 was a mistake. Now this should just be winning, guys. Even though his pawn moves very quickly. But I'll be in time to reroute my bishop to c6 to stop him from promoting on a8. Well, okay, so this is a very typical scenario for how these games go, huh? Yeah, I'll stop it. Wait, I can just take it. Even better. Haha. Okay, seriously, are we going to play this? Are we going to play this? I'm just going to put everything on light squares. Thank you very much. Here we go. Yeah, there's absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. And why is he not resigning? This doesn't make any sense, guys. Come on. Doesn't make any sense. Let's make a tempo move of some sort. Yeah, here we go. Surely this must be winning, right? I would be very silly if it's not winning somehow. But of course it's winning. Why wouldn't it be winning? Here we go. Okay, and a tempo move. I don't know why Igor is playing. Thank you, Igor. Okay. Analysis board. Request the computer analysis. I thought that was a pretty decent game, but maybe because I was talking myself through it, you know, and trying to discover things continuously while we were playing chess and also during my opponent's thinking time. Yeah. So how far is he? Were there any questions here in the opening? b5, look at how that scores. b5, that scores incredibly well. Yeah, so I don't like knight f3. I mean, of course the move is there, but you can see it scores less well than knight d2. Knight d2 is clearly at the top there. This scores already pretty well, and yeah, you're not really supposed to take on b6 because then we have this b5 boomerang move, huh? So black's already a little bit better. b4 is the top move here. He castles, I take, and yeah, it's possible to go with bishop f5, but I thought I like to keep it at home somehow, because if I play bishop f5, well, yeah, I'm stopping him from coming to b1, but there's knight h4. I'm not so sure about bishop f5. I'm also playing down the London system, then a tempo down, huh? Not so sure. So e6, but he says this sort of switches the... Ah, because there's a4. a4 frustrates my bishop a3 and rook a3 moves. He has to recapture, so now I must act. So this was a clear mistake on my part. Clear mistake. I did not realize that he's going to play a2, a4. So then, if I don't want to play bishop f5, which also allows a4, by the way, and e6 is too slow, then I must play rook a3. Yeah, of course here he can just simply protect it. And I prefer to have my bishop there, I think. But okay, I should take it from there. Position is more or less equal. If he hits me, then I go back. Of course, then his knight is not in the center, but he might just play a3 makes it weak. A3 makes it weak. Yeah, so that's probably why I should go to a4 and not to a5, because then a4 again becomes a serious opportunity. Or is it? Because this is a pin now. Yeah. Okay, but it's a pin all along. No, because the knight is not on b1 is in the game. So he recaptures. I play this. If he goes a4, then b5, excuse me, can be taken. So this is where I slipped up. I played e6. a4 would have given white an advantage. I can understand that now. Yeah. But he didn't play that. Yeah, so I immediately play something. Actually, he likes me to play knight e5 first. Because then I get to keep the pawn on the b file. Oh, yeah, okay, maybe. White's mistake was later, huh? Of course, castles. Now he takes. Yeah, now he takes. It's maybe not correct because it somehow allows my bishop to be developed. This was, well, the idea in general I think is wrong, because there is no threat to take, because I will always have the counter threat, the more important counter threat. You know, the pawn on c3 is way more important than the one on c6. Okay, so rook b6, bishop a6 makes perfect sense. I'm also threatening to trap the rook with bishop b5, so basically he has to go for it. Yeah, but that allows this more or less winning advantage, huh? More or less winning advantage. So what is the suggested move instead of rook takes c6? This one, okay. But this is still very, very enjoyable. Yeah, that rook is not feeling very happy. Okay, it was maybe better, because I still have to get at the rook. There's still the b7 square for the rook. But this just allows this. He went here. I played knight e4. Rook. There are other moves here. There are other moves here that are more difficult for me to understand. He says bishop c8. That's a difficult move to understand. But the idea is maybe to try and trap the bishop with bishop a5, bishop. Yeah, you're. Well, now he likes knight e4. Of course, this is the human instinct move. Yeah, knight e4. Let's play that. a3. I didn't understand that move. That just lost time. Oh, but here comes my real mistake of the game. That's such a pity. You think you play a good game and then the computer goes, you silly, you dumb ass. Bishop a5. What's the idea of bishop a5? Well, to push c3, put the rook on c8, push c3, just get out of the way. No, he prefers. Yeah, now that the knight is on e4. Okay, now that the knight is on e4 and we're controlling this square, we're controlling this square, this square, this square. The idea is to go here and here. And we're also controlling this square. So that would indeed trap the rook. And the rook has no way out. Okay, so that is just, you know, that's my chess playing strength for you. I thought it was all about the passed pawn. But the computer says no, it's about the rook that is likely to get trapped. So realizing the critical factor in the game, in the position, that's the most important thing, huh? Sometimes. Okay, but I mean, let me, yeah, I'm giving away so much advantage here. That means that he made yet another mistake. Yeah, okay, in the end rook b8 was wrong because there was the immediate. I already said that if he puts the bishop on c5, you know, he can block stuff. He can still take this and this. Now play something else. Something defensive. Yeah, something like bishop d1, you know, defending against the c2 square. So, yeah. This was a little bit too obvious to try and make the pawn promote. And in the process, I gave him the opportunity to trade off his trapped rook. So knight e4 is fine, but here this sort of combines both ideas. I'm playing against the rook, but also I'm preparing. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And then we also understand why this is, why the bishop retreat to c8 is not so mysterious. It's all about the rook on c6. Okay, well, let's see if I've learned something there. Okay, sorry, knight, the end of the game was like this, recaptures the rook, and now he plays this. Yeah, but this gave me the opportunity to lure away the bishop from the b4 square, because now I can play c3 and he cannot answer b4. And of course it's also a discovery against the unprotected bishop on e2. So from here on it was definitely winning. Yeah, definitely winning. I was almost going to play bishop d3 because all I had in my head is I need to stop that pawn, with my light square bishop, and then he's on a square where I could simply take it. Okay, and then I think White could have spared himself the rest. Well, so far, let's see, how are we doing? Not sure how many games I played this. Well, today I played definitely more games before I started streaming, but I think so far wins. Only wins, huh? Let's play a few more. I think we're doing quite well. Yeah, maybe one or two more, and then it's another 1.5 hour session. And then we can call it a day. Sadan and Mahajan. Wow, that's a complicated username. Well, good luck. Sad Anand Mahajan. Okay. Playing my favorite Sicilian again. And the dragon. Accelerated dragon, to be precise. Okay, let's hit the knight. If it takes my knight, I'll play like this. Okay, now I'll hit the e4 pawn. Yeah. Okay, now I'll pin the c3 knight, so I'm threatening the e4 pawn. And you're supposed to castle here. Yeah, and now I never really know. I think the idea is queen b4. Okay, let's play it. Can really get lost in these lines, huh? Oops, knight b4, knight e4. The idea is, of course, that through the bishop, on c4, I was hitting also indirectly d4. Oh, I'm just not paying attention again. I'm not paying attention again. I'm not paying attention again. What am I doing? What am I doing? I should take on d2 and then take on d4. Oh, you know. You can be a strong chess player, but if you don't concentrate, then what's the use of playing chess? Well, I'm down a queen, must recapture the queen. And now c3, or excuse me, just take on d4 and I can just resign. I can just resign. Or do we want to play on? Nah, let's just resign. Okay, but ask for a rematch, because this was an absolutely ridiculous game. I was just more or less winning there, and then I'm just blundering a piece because I'm forgetting to take in between on d2. Well, guys, that happens. That happens. But it just goes to show that when you're past 50... Okay, now come on, concentrate, yeah? Let's try the old trusted... Tried and trusted, you should say, London system. Aha. Well, the idea always is to go knight b4 and then... This might actually be very dangerous what I'm doing. He takes on b1. This maybe? Let's hope he takes with the queen. I'm playing a little bit of hope chess here. It's not very good. No, this should be fine, because knight b4, there's rook c1, so that's fine. Why not bishop c4? Bishop c4. I'm having trouble. Okay. Come on, you need to concentrate, yeah? You need to concentrate. Yeah, but... Is bishop g5 possible? He takes on h2 with check. I take it with the knight. Yeah. Probably he'll just drop it back now. Bishop. No, not. But then I get to push my pawn in the center. Okay, we have to go for that. That just looks good. Now he's stepping into a bowling ball, it seems. Still, there might be h6, huh? There might be h6 stuff. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think he has to go h6. Maybe I can play a la Botvinnik variation. Just bishop h4 and then g5 and knight g5. Bishop e2, queen e2, pawn g5, bishop g5, and I will win. I don't think that is sufficient, because this is a piece, yeah? This is a piece. I think you should have tried h6 there. Okay. Yeah, just probably hitting f8 and g7, huh? And now I want to do something. Knight e5 looks interesting, knight e5. But he takes up with the pawn, I take on e4. Oh, but... yeah, knight e5 is just not good enough, I think. Knight e4 is here, knight e4 is here. But it doesn't really threaten anything. I'm gonna play this. If he takes on c3, I get to strengthen my center. Yeah, okay. Well, let's play like this. And now I have the feeling that we must, but sometimes I just go crazy a little bit too much. I wanted to play d5 as some sort of positional sacrifice. It's not a positional sacrifice. What do you mean? d5 is the correct move. Didn't you learn to count in kindergarten? Come on. Come on. This is your revenge game. You have to try and win it. I'm hitting the knight. Yeah, it's a target. Hit it. Okay. Let's just play this. This is not the best move. This is not the best move, but now this is a double attack. Yeah, okay. That was the whole idea of h2, h3. I thought he would go to f5, but if he goes to h5, then I've got this, right? Where to with those rookies? I think I'll just play this move. Why did I not play this? Crazy. This looks attractive, yeah. Well, I should be winning it if I just point my pieces at the correct positions. Knight c5 is quite good, I think. Yeah, let's just plonk it down on e5 and keep it simple, huh? That's a bit of a pity. That's a good move. Okay, here we go. Let's plonk it down. Yeah, I've got beautiful dark square control, but only 31 seconds on the clock. I'm down 3 minutes on the clock. It just goes to show somehow that that's probably a good one. And then this one, and then this one. And then the bishop goes to c4. Or f3. Let's just put it here. Very safe, solid, sound. That's not a very good move, I think, because now I get to take the 7th rank, right? Not completely sure what his idea is there. Okay. Should be good to go, right? Queen c7 is there. Maybe this. Exchange pieces, huh? Oh, that was wrong, probably. I'm just taking material. Okay, check. Takes. And let's go here. And here. And here. And here. And here. It was just king d4 also to stop him. It's just a bit stupid. Here, I guess. Okay, that's just a quite simple win. I'm here. Okay. Okay. He might as well resign now because it's just lost. Technique not ideal, but as usual. Whose technique is ideal, huh? And takes this pawn. 37 seconds. Yeah, I'm not going to blunder this. I've got this. Okay, thank you, Satan and Mahajan. Well, that was my final game of the session, so cheers. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you liked the video, just please SLC, subscribe, like, or comment. Bye-bye.